Okay, we're going to take a minute and take a look at the icons that we see when we are in Family Tree. Again, these icons are designed to really help us with our family history work, give us a little focus, help us get a little direction, find some sources to help us out. We previously talked about these light blue icons right here. These are the record hints. And just as a reminder, this is when we have Family Search basically working for us. Family Search has taken the information that it already sees in Family Tree, and it's taken that information and put it in its search engine in the search part of Family Search and generated a list, in this case it's only one, a list of sources that possibly match the person that we're looking at in Family Tree. So it took Emma Sargent and her birth year and some other information in there about where she lived, put it in the search engine, looked at her spouse, and came up with this 1901 England and Wales census. And so it's our job to go ahead and look at those sources and decide, do they match or are they not a match? And you get a little bit of both. Sometimes I get ones that match perfectly, and sometimes I get ones that definitely aren't the person in my tree. So those are the blue record hint icons. We also have these purple icons right here. These are the research suggestion icons, and they basically have a few generic research suggestions for you, give you a little bit of focus or direction. So for example, for Emma Sargent, it is telling me that there are no sources attached, and this obviously should be a red flag for me because here I have a person in Family Tree and there aren't any primary sources to back up that she should be there. So one of the things I would want to do is see if I could find a source, a record, and go ahead and look at it and attach it so that at least we have one item of proof in the tree. And so if you're lucky, you get the purple research suggestion square that says no sources attached, and then right next door you get the blue record hint square giving you the source that you needed to look at and attach. Okay, so that's just one research suggestion. Down here for Annie Sophia Winter, let's see what hers is. So for Annie Sophia Winter, the research suggestion is this person may have had children. So Family Search looks at the birth year for the person and the death year for the person, and if they lived longer than 15 years, they suggest that possibly this person had children or had a spouse and children. So in this case, she does not have a spouse. And I'm pretty sure she did not have children. And if you look at her birth and death years, she did live to be more than 15, but probably just barely, depending on when her actual birth date and death date were. She was about 15, 16, and there's a pretty good chance she did not have children. But after I've looked at all of the sources I can find on her and determined that that is true, she did not ever get married or have children, then I can go ahead and actually remove or get rid of this research suggestion. You just click right here on this little X, and that research suggestion will disappear, and Family Search won't suggest that again in the future. Okay, let's look at another one. This one says no sources attached. That's a pretty common one, at least in my part of the tree. Again, no sources attached, but for this one, it's also telling me, hey, there's no birth or death years. They're both missing. So this person was probably added to the tree based on a marriage record, and the marriage record was probably did not have, or at least the index that we could see, or whoever put this in the tree, did not have an age attached to it. So we don't know when she was born. So we could definitely take a look at this. We'd want to find a source, do a little searching for her, and maybe we'll do that in a future video. Okay, let's look at a couple more research suggestions. Again, no sources attached for Florence Winter. Herbert Winter, no sources attached, and again, person may have had children because he also lived to be, well, he could have. He was a little bit older. So again, a place where we could look to see if he actually got married and had children. And then let's take a peek at a couple over here. Missing birth and death years, no sources attached, and this will be the same. Missing birth and death years, no sources attached. Now I'm looking at these icons in the landscape view of Family Tree, but this isn't the only place you can view these icons. I can also go to the descendancy view. So I switched my view from landscape to descendancy. The descendancy view gives me a view from the person that was the primary, like my focus person, which was Richard Winter, married to Esther Sophia Hall. And then I'm seeing all of those children down in this little chart. And I'm just going to click open a couple of these so we see a few more people. And so you can see that from this view, I also get all of those icons. So here I've got that Emma Sargent. I've got my research suggestion, no source attached. Next door I have the source. And so again, just another place if I wanted to go and work and see what I need to do. All right, we can also see these though from the person page as well. So I'm going to click on Joseph Winter. And I'm going to click on his person page. And here are the record or the research suggestions right here. This is also where you would see the record hints. And I'm also seeing something called a data problem. And we can talk about that in a future video. So those are the three places that I would go to look for what to do in Family Tree. Take a look at those research suggestions. Take a look at your record hints and sources. And that will give you plenty to do to perfect and fix your family tree.